Hello my friends and welcome back to Inner Sphere Wars. It is ObLoM versus Zoghack. Second time Zoghack has been playing, and hopefully the last video where ObLoM has Discord whoop noises going on in the recording. So obviously same map as last time. Those of you who are familiar with this map, it's a pretty small map. And in this case, both of these guys have pressed forward and encountered each other pretty much immediately. So, let us watch the battle. And this is a pretty heavy metal battle. So, we have a King Crab, a Vindicator, a Kintaro, and one other mech on ObLoM's side. Not really 100% sure what Zoghack has got just yet, but I'm sure we'll find out. He's got a Kintaro at least. Alright, it's the first hit. Let the pain begin. A Cataphract. Okay, that's a mech we've not seen before. Ow! There goes my drink. Alright, that's a pretty nasty hit on the Kintaro. So I presume that he has a catapult of some description. Now the funny part here is that ObLoM's Vindicator is moving up into the mountains as well, so... 65 tons, it's almost certainly a catapult, in fact. I would be highly surprised if it is not a catapult.
Yes, Commander.
I don't know, this is what I get for wanting a nice cold drink to enjoy. To enjoy an evening's entertainment. Alright, he's got a Jaeger. Not really the good Jaeger, this one, from a PvP perspective. Actually, this is the good Jaeger. Never mind, I'm talking out my buttocks. Nice hit. This one probably won't be so good. Yeah, it's not so good. 4 hits. It's okay. It's okay. Not great. Fortunately, I only drink sugar-free drinks. My wife is diabetic, so I have forsaken sugar for her benefit. So, there will be no sticky horror mess on my desk. Thank God. So at the moment, neither player really has an advantage they can press right now. Oof. He was lucky to not get hit more though. The PPC missed. Pretty important. If I were him, I don't know what I would do actually. If I were him here, I think I would be tempted to fire at the stationary mech and try and hit. The thing is, these AC-20s are actually out of range, so they're suffering quite a heavy penalty. Ah, he went for the Cataphract instead. He did well to hit where he hit with one shot, but it wasn't... I mean, that was about the expected damage. 2 shots at 40% each, 1 hit expected. I think if he'd have fired at the Kintaro, he'd probably have landed all of his weapons and done a fair bit of stability damage. Alright, I really like this Vindicator positioning from ObLoM, because I think he'll be able to harass the catapult And that would be amazing. If he can harass the catapult early and pressurize it and force it to not be sat there just launching missiles, that is going to be huge. Ah, but it looks like he's changing his mind. It's funny how ObLoM does this when he comes up with what I think would probably be the best move, or a really good move, and then he spends a lot of time thinking. Sometimes goes for something else. Sometimes goes for the move that he first saw. I think it's nice to get damage on the cataphract. So I can't really fault that move, but I also think it would have been nice to jump that Vindicator over towards the catapult and pressurize it. Especially since the catapult can't take many hits until its weapon systems are in danger. I mean, just forcing the catapult to jump all the time can considerably harm its DPS because of the heat generation. Alright, the Kintaro's down. You have to sort of feel sorry for these Kintaros because this is a fight of heavy metal and they are quite outgunned. Still, I do think that cataphract is in serious danger. If the crab gets any closer, it could be in real trouble. Is he maybe planning a suicide pact run here to charge straight into the gaping maw of the cataphract and hope to get more damage on it? I think he's just hoping to ride this forest tile. But I think it's a bad move because the side of his mech is actually quite badly hurt. I'm pretty sure it's... Actually, he can rotate here, can't he? It's not too bad. He's been knocked down, so his chance to hit is terrible. You know what? Not bad hits at all there. And he also got the AC-10, which is great. He could have gotten the ammo, and that would have been amazing. So, it's not like Zoghak has been entirely unlucky there, because the AC-10 ammunition could have gone up, and that would have been even worse. Okay, rotate the cataphract. Oh, that's a big hit.
I'm losing armor bad.
And that side of the mech that's damaged is taking even more abuse.
Awaiting orders.
75 on both. That's great. Use your split shot. Put one round of LRM-15s in the one round of LRM-15s in the cataphract, and then put all the other weapons in the Kintaro. If he pushes forward into the space where there's a direct shot. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. There. You have it. Yes. Multi-shot. Yes. Yes, exactly right. Outstanding. That's exactly what I would have done. Real opportunity for good damage on both targets here. Oh, we got a medium laser. It's working out nicely. That cataphract is getting more and more disabled. He could have actually just used the missile launchers and not used the ACs at all, but I think there's slightly more stab damage to be had by firing all the weapons. Alright, here comes the catapult. Ouch!
I'm taking some serious hits.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. Kinda surprised that Apex is not in the King Crab, to be fair. Ah, I guess you wanted Bulwark. Well, both of these boys are mitigated. Do it. Oh, beautiful hits. Actually, kind of a shame that he didn't use the missile launcher. He might have knocked him over. Or had him on the threshold of being knocked over. That said, he conserved heat. It's not bad. I'm not a huge fan of the King Crab because it does run out of ammo pretty quickly.
What do you need?
Alright, I saw. Zog's got a disco back. Disco fever boat. You know what? If the Vindicator lands the PPC, he can put the Kintaro in the dirt.
Up high.
He keeps jumping all the time. It's not really necessary.
On it.
Nice. Down he goes. A little bit of directed fire from the Jaeger might put an end to that. He's got two choices. He either reserves or he tries to knock the Kintaro down. Oh, this is weird. He's going for the disco. I mean, it did a ton of damage. But I feel like you probably want to knock the Kintaro over first before you did that. Now the Kintaro is being given a chance to shed some stability damage. Full power! Oh, that really hurt. Oh, that Kintaro is in so much trouble.
Recording critical hit. My heat gauge is getting pretty high.
God, I really don't like the voice acting on that pilot. My heat gauge is getting pretty high. Not actually the voice acting on that pilot in general, but that one line I don't really like. It's like that pom-poms line. I'll get me some pom-poms and a skirt because I'm damn excited now. I was like, okay, man. Just stop. Please. Alright, so the Kintaro is back on its feet, but the issue here is going to be that the whole side of it has been blown off. It should not take a supreme effort to put an end to it. Now, what is working out really nicely for ObLoM here is that the Jaeger is not very mobile. And it's very fragile. But he is managing to keep the Jaeger in a position where it can take part in the fight, but it's not really at huge risk. So my move here would be to do a split shot between the Cataphract and the Kintaro to take advantage of breaching shot, since both of them are just kind of sat there.
Holding for a tactical advantage.
That would have been my move. I think Zoghak here has paid big money for his catapult, and so he's got a lot less metal. The price of a catapult has been steadily rising in the Inner Sphere Wars because of its effectiveness. Ouch! But you know, if ObLoM cleans up this battle, the crab would be able to out-tank the catapult. Catapult's potential damage is 2,000 with LRMs. Alright, what's going on here? Kintaro, I guess. A good hit with a PPC will smack it down. He needs to be careful though, because this compartment where the AC-10 ammo is really badly damaged. Oh, I think Mockingbird is dead. From pilot injury.
We lost a unit.
Aye, aye.
Man, I feel like you should have used that Jaeger earlier. Might as well use the crab now. Kintaro is deliberately positioned to hide the side that's damaged. However, it genuinely does not have much health in the front, so the crab could kill it.
Yes, Commander.
It's a front shot, it's fine.
Move into position.
It's not the ideal shot, but a front shot is still pretty good against this target. No need to overheat for it. So if he hits anywhere on the side, then the old boy is dead. Oh, 8 HP, he dead.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Jaeger that boy. I'd fire both racks because I just wouldn't want to... I guess you don't need to fire both racks, but I would probably end up firing both just to make sure. Oh, he's going to fire one. It's the more efficient play, but he's going to be sick if he doesn't get the kill. Oh, he got the kill.
Target neutralized.
He only needed 2 hits, to be fair. I think one launcher was probably the right move, to be fair. I do at times tend to overfire at something, just to make sure I get it. Alright, so they've traded Kintaro for Kintaro. But the funny part is that Zoghak has taken way more damage on his other mechs. Meanwhile, ObLoM's lance is pretty much clean. No damage taken. Now, I'm not sure who ObLoM's got that's got sensor lock. Sensor lock, that was the word I was looking for. I wonder if it's his Vindicator's got it. Apex obviously is the multi-shot breacher, and Sumo is the one with Bulwark.
Commander.
And Coolant Flush.
I'm here.
Arclight, yeah, Arclight is a sensor locker, I thought so. Why not sprint? Yeah, why not? Why not sprint into that forest with your fat crab? He's actually in a position where he can't quite get there. Oh no, he can get over to the other side there. You have to think that he is holding the catapult back to fire last.
Here we go.
Oh, and there it is.
Sensors locked on.
Running nice and hot. I genuinely feel here, though, that ObLoM could do the strategy, as it were, of picking off those two heavily damaged lance mates and avoiding the catapult, or just tanking it at maximum range, and then come and deal with it later when the ammo's run out. Okay. Some light damage.
Damage is minor.
In fact, he did some damage to himself there. He actually has a shot. I saw it. I saw the direct line of sight shot. Yes, AC2 his ass.
Good to go.
Pling pling, motherfucker.
You got it.
Yeah, he's decided, because of the way that Zoghack has split his units up, that actually it's the catapult that's more isolated. And that's okay. I actually think that's fine. The catapult is going to enjoy high accuracy bonuses up there in the mountain. But if he could get the Vindicator up on the mountain behind it, then he could annoy it to death. Alright, not a big deal.
Aye, aye.
Alright, it's a good clean shot. It is a good clean shot. 50%, probably the best he can hope for, considering the elevation difference and 3 evasion tokens. Oh, he got one hit, but it was in the leg. You know what? Not bad. Not bad damage on target there. This is going to force Zog to bring his other units. He can't afford to let his catapult be isolated. If the Vindicator can place a PPC shot on the catapult repeatedly as well, he can hamper its targeting. Okay, he locked the Jaeger.
Aye, aye.
I think I would reserve here, personally. I wouldn't fall for that cheap provocation. I guess his concern is a massive LRM volley coming and raining down on his Jaeger. And it's a genuine threat. But the Jaeger can take it. It may not have a lot of HP, but I think it can take a volley or two off of the catapult before he really has to worry too much.
Aye.
Shame he can't just jump the breach there. He had a position earlier where he could have jumped the breach. Now, by locking him, he is forcing this catapult to jump, to move. And by forcing it to jump, he's forcing it to generate extra heat, which lowers its DPS. So this is actually good play on the catapult. Unless he's willing to stand still and just fire. which he is not.
Awaiting orders.
He has in fact legged it and tried to cool down. And now he's created the situation which I thought that ObLoM would have gone for earlier, which is now isolating these two mechs. I wouldn't have sprinted the crab here, but it's not a bad move. He will lower his heat here, which is totally acceptable as a move. Thought he might have had an opportunity there to put some hurt in these two mechs, but they are actually relatively well defended. The Cataphract is probably, well, should probably be next on the kill board, owing to the fact that it's taken so much damage. Is that a shot? Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing as ObLoM. Is that a shot? I don't think it's a shot. It's very funny.
Standing by.
I was talking to ObLoM about this earlier, but I can tell sometimes what people are thinking by their camera angle, because it's the same for me. I'm looking at something. It's kind of obvious what the thought is. He's got a beautiful shot on the Cataphract here, which he should totally take. 2 evasion tokens and a heavy. It will not evade the missiles. He's moving out of optimal range by doing that, though. There we go.
Moving to position.
55%. It's not like the most fantastic shot on earth, but it will definitely put some hurt in.
Taking the shot.
Oh, we got the ammo! We knew that was going to happen eventually.
Target's taking a critical hit.
Massive damage to the Cataphract. The Cataphract is now disabled. 2 medium lasers? Are you kidding me? I consider a mech disabled when its weapon damage is lower than its melee damage. I then consider it to be disabled, because I think to myself, that mech's weapons are now impotent.
Reserving action.
So, with the Cataphract disabled, it seems pretty obvious to switch to the Hunchback, who's still got 200 alpha disco block ready to go. Ah, it's like 175 alpha actually. No, it is 200. It's 200. I should trust myself. It's a lot of disco power. I would honestly ignore that Cataphract.
I'm here.
Who cares? Now the weapons are gone.
Waiting for my own.
Who cares? Not me.
Standing by.
Yes, yes. I like that. I like that as a shot a lot. 50 and 75, it's not bad at all. And he'll get an evasion token too. And if he hits it, he'll make the disco block less effective. If he hits it with the PPC. Oh, he's gonna...
I've got a sensor lock.
I thought that wasn't a bad shot. I would have taken the shot. 55 and 70. I mean, the extra evasion token strip is not going to be that useful because he's going to move that Hunchback now. That is guaranteed. He'll probably move the Hunchback into the forest in front here and unload on the crab again. Yeah, that's literally the only move he had, because the Hunchback is too slow. It's not elegant or pretty or tactical. It's literally just stand next to the enemy and disco fever them over and over until they're dead. That is what it does.
Awaiting orders.
He really needs to start pushing this Jaeger forward to where he can bring the medium lasers online. And to have more direct shots for the AC2s. That ammo is almost gone, and this mecha's got full health. LRM ammo is almost gone, and the mecha's got full health. You might as well start getting on the front line with it to help absorb damage.
Firing on target.
I mean, it's okay, but I would like to have seen this Jaeger to start coming forward now. I think that would have been a good move. Getting ready for the turn where you start using it direct fire all the time. Oof, that hurt. But it hit armor that... It hit the side of the crab that was relatively undamaged, so... He's just doing this disco rotation here in these trees. Ooh, nice. That really hurt. That really hurt a lot. Watch these two titans just lay into each other. DPS versus DPS. Yes, do it! Oh. Just keep on applying the fear of being shot on the catapult. Force it to jump around and waste heat. Keep its DPS low. Okay. Where is he going? Hunchback on the run. You may think it's funny to refer to a disco back as a titan, but it really is just a monster of DPS. Actually, disengaging right now is not a bad idea. He can shed some of that heat that he's built up by going full alpha ball, and I presume that he's going to consider moving down to interdict the Jaeger, which is probably another reason why he should have moved the Jaeger up and to the left.
Yes, Commander.
Over the way he's looking right now, not backwards. Because it would put it closer to the crab, so the crab could support it. An isolated Jaeger is not very able to defend itself.
Copy that.
Okay, I find that to be a weird move. Personally, I personally find that to be a weird move. You can see what Zoghak is doing here. He's trying to move his cataphract and hunchback down to isolate the Jaeger and take it out. And he's counting on the fact that ObLoM won't turn the crab because he doesn't want to take catapult volleys in the ass. Yep, he's shedding heat and wasting time here. Oh, he's got a clean shot. That is actually a clean shot. I don't know if he realizes it or not, but that is actually a clean shot. It's just that the AC-20 has no range. This is what he wants you to do. He wants you to sprint away. He wants you to turn around.
Aye, aye.
That's a nice shot. That is a nice shot. Take it.
Good to go.
And not only is it a nice shot, but it can strip some evasion for the next shot.
Taking a protective stand.
Oh, you wasted too much time, ObLoM. This is like... This is what you do. You just so indecisive.
Confirmed.
Would it be nice to follow this up with the crab? Or to start with the crab and then do that.
Standing by.
You can get behind him now. Really? You gonna run away? The rear armor on the catapult's pretty bad. You could have jumped behind it and put a PPC in the back.
Got a lock.
I'm very confused by this series of turns. It's quite clear to me what Zoghak wants to do, but ObLoM seems to have not decided what he wants to do. If he'd have pushed the crab up towards the catapult, then he had, you know, a chance to just constantly harass it. Either that or to sprint back and deal with these two that are going after the Jaeger.
They got a lock on me.
And that's another interesting move as well.
Commander.
I guess he didn't want to disco ball the crab when it's got 60% mitigation, so I guess that's worked out quite nicely. Too far away.
Move order confirmed.
I'm not sure why he's trying to do special angles here, because the Jaeger has no... Oh, that was a nice hit. The Jaeger's got no damage on it, so their angling is actually bad. You want front towards enemy when you have no damage at all. Spread the damage out. Especially on a Jaeger when its spindly arms are where all the weapons are. The last thing you want is to help the enemy focus damage on your arms. Well, one good thing about repeatedly sensor locking the catapult is it is going to screw its chance to hit up just a little bit, so you can reduce the hatred that's coming your way. Alright, not bad. I do feel like that catapult now is more vulnerable than ever.
Receiving you.
Oh, he reserved. Bad move. Now is absolutely the time to unload. And I would use a coolant flush here. Oh, nice! That's the heatsink block gone.
Found the connection on that one.
I would have used a coolant flush there because that's going to generate a lot of heat, and then he's down to one shot. So he's by force he's going to have one weapon offline next turn.
Aye,
Have to remember that the cataphract is disabled. It's of no threat really, as long as it's kept at arm's length, so it can't melee. Ice hit. So close to death. Jaeger volley will end that. And that's a huge threat off the battlefield. Once the hunchback is dead, just sprint the crab at the catapult. Just literally sprint it towards the catapult and be like, shoot me. Because you want the catapult to... You want to engage the catapult, but you also want the catapult to waste missiles on what is effectively, at that point, a disabled unit. In fact, is it disabled at that point? It's got like a large laser and an LRM-15. I think its melee damage is actually higher than those two weapons put together. Just about. So yeah, I think we'd probably consider it disabled at that point. He actually has a shot. Just sprint at the catapult. Just make the catapult attack your crab. Why not? Catapult's got a potential 2,000 damage. It's probably output about 600 by this point. Maybe 600 to 1,000. Crab's got lots of hit points. Might as well soak up missiles. Well, to be fair, I think the crab is actually the only shot the catapult has. So, I think Zoghack will take it. I really don't see the point in this move. It's time to melee with the cataphract. The weapons are pointless, you know, at this juncture. Has he got a shot from there? Yeah, he does. Split shot. Go, multi-target. Although I still feel like this Jaeger should have probably been moving towards the front line by now, but whatever. Just because the missiles are almost gone. Alright, not bad. Good damage. Didn't get the CT, which is what you wanted. And that's not bad either. Time for the disco back to have his final hurrah, I think. I do like what ObLoM was doing here with constantly sensor locking the catapult to reduce its accuracy. That was actually quite reasonable. So he's basically using breaching shots non-stop because I'm sure he's feeling the burn right now, in that his ammunition is critically low. That could kill the hunchback, but not from that angle. I think Zoghack should take his last shot with his hunchback here. Because the next turn that ObLoM gets, I think, will be the turn that the hunchback dies. No way to save it, and it's 8 HP. Full power! Full power to the disco! Oh, that certainly hurt.
Okay. That hurt.
Aye, aye.
But I'm afraid it's over. Yeah, just move and shoot. Just move and shoot if that's the mech you want to use. You know, if I were ObLoM here, I'd be tempted to never fire the AC-20. Ooh, lucky to be alive there. Never fire the AC-20 and keep Zoghack guessing as to how much ammo it's got. Never let him know that he's only got one shot left. Why? Why, General? Why?
Yes, Commander.
Oh, he's got a clean shot on the cataphract.
Moving out.
Very good. Split shot. LRM 15 on the hunchback. Everything else on the cataphract. Yep, pretty obvious move here. Goodbye, hunchback.
Reporting critical hit.
Now, ammunition is going to become a huge factor. I feel like the crab and the cataphract should have been tearing chunks out of each other in melee a long time ago. But that's just not how this battle has worked out. Ooh, that hurts.
Not much armor left in that location.
Amazing that he would use both launchers there instead of trying to conserve his ammunition. That's it. Go attack. Press the attack. That's the right move, ObLoM. It's fine. It's a good move. Cataphract's disabled. It's got no weapons. Ignore it. He didn't get in melee, where he might actually be quite threatening. Yes, hurt the boy.
Acknowledge.
Good hit. Good damage.
I'm here.
He's got a clean shot there from the forest, yeah. Go! That's a good move. I don't know how much ammo the catapult's got left, but I think ObLoM's got this one. Now it's just about avoiding taking losses.
Okay, I'm on it.
Good hit. You can totally afford to completely ignore the cataphract.
Watch my feet.
He's still at it with a pair of medium lasers. Really,
Light damage.
really not going to achieve anything. If he'd have rushed to melee, it would be a different story. But he did not rush to melee. And this Jaeger is in a silly place now. Because he just backpedaled it, backpedaled it, backpedaled it. So now he's got no solution with his AC2s. Let alone the medium lasers.
Engaging target.
Oh, we got the ammo!
Scored a critical hit.
Oh, and he brought the launchers offline. He got the side with all the ammo in. Consumes ammo from left to right, I believe. Or right to left, I can't remember. Off the top of my head now. Well, that's it. The catapult's disabled. The cataphract's disabled. Now, ironically, the cataphract is a bigger threat. The cataphract is a bigger threat because if it gets into melee range, it could do some actual damage.
Waiting for orders.
He ejected. He knows he's done. There's no point in wasting anybody's time.
Firing full complement on enemy. Oh, my AC-20's out of shell.
If you know you've lost and you won't get any more kills, it's totally fine to eject. And the thing is, the Vindicator could kite the catapult around the map while PPCing it to death slowly. There's just no way for him to win or get any kills. He could have potentially maybe done something with the cataphract in melee, but it's too late for that now. Really. Oh, well, he's going for the melee. But yeah, the fight is over. The Vindicator could win it by itself by just jumping around and firing the PPC non-stop. It would take time, but there would be nothing that Zoghack could do.
Standing by.
This silly Jaeger mech. Seriously.
On the move.
Played overly defensively, in my opinion. Played very well, don't get me wrong, but could have been doing more. Nice kill. Alright, GG. Good, interesting fight there. Good win for ObLoM against Zoghack. The Crab really did quite well, even though I don't think it's a very good mech, because it's very easy to burn through the ammunition on the thing, basically, and once the ammunition's gone, it's just kind of a big rolling ball of armor. And the catapult was successfully run out of missiles, and then once the missiles had run out, that was it, it was done. It could just be kited by the Vindicator all day long until it died. So, all in all, pretty good. And that's the strategy, actually, that I felt like in other matches you might be able to beat the catapult with a similar strategy, which is to try and isolate and take out the rest of the lance. Because once the rest of the lance is dead and it's whatever you've got left against the catapult, once the catapult's ammo runs out, it's done. It is donezo. And if you've got anything that can snipe at all, you can just kite it. Because it can still get some good work done in melee. But anyway, yep, GG. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.